Hello, welcome to the word of the week. For the word of the week is still beauty and transitioning because life is just not just like that. You just don't go from one place to another. That suddenly becomes, for example, another realm. It's not a matter of time, but also of how we visualize these movements. This is why the transition between the word of the week to the other word of the week can it changes. There is a pattern in the weather that is a relational scenario or vibe, and also from an initiation for that which was a vibe, and then it's just within, and then you may be opening up to the construct um, of the self and scenario. So the second word of the week is for that which goes within. And this is not an experiment because I have been working on this from the year 2006. Start doing a lot of crazy things and also studying a lot. Um, and working on it a lot too. Um, it's difficult to tell because sometimes it's just do have to control myself and graduate according to the situation. And sometimes I purposely just uh, like to pick, and I already take a level to it, so it goes right there, not in the center, but enough so it can move. Um, when it's going nowhere, but it just needs to move. Just needs to move because it's so stuck. You can see the whole continuation from past lives and the family chain and the reasons of and the world emancipation. So you can have a sickness and cut it off. Yeah, you can see it and have a keen eye to just you just see the horror, the darkness, the grotesque, and cut it off. Yeah. So some people, humanity. Yeah, but you don't know what you are. You don't know what you are. You belong to a body, and if you continue like this, you are just going to kill yourself. So this is when interventions happen. Not everyone has an intervention. So I think maybe in the deck of the tarot, because it symbolizes movements and symbols to allow you to think. I don't like to predict the future or project. And I have a lot of problems because people want me to, yeah, people want me, especially being a woman, people expect from me to desire, to project, to make drama, to get something, to be manipulative. So I was taught from completely another school. From my family to my school to all my lifestyle. So I'm from different angles as well. So I can understand, but I cannot give to that because I already have places where I go crazy in a creative way, and then you already just have your life. So you have to pick in which sentence in which accords do not hurt too much, so it's understood, and so it's global, so you're part of it as well. And as one therapist, the path from Germany, he was a doctor, he would say, uh, people will always get angry and be very ungrateful. So it's very hard to be a therapist. He didn't wish for me to be a therapist because of that. Being a doctor from Germany, and even though I grew up looking at doctors and people who work in government as if they are the lowest class, even as a teenager. So there are reasons to that. There are reasons, even though whatever you have money or not money, that's coming from another source. You are always being manipulated, and you are always being creative with others, as others with you. The thing is, until when and for what? So it is easy for me to be undercover and be like a nobody and play stupid, and I do it very well. Um, just to pay for my freedom is been very costly. To understand this is only for myself. So I wish people had that within themselves. But you cannot ask the world to collaborate and work together because they are on another trip. And most of these people come from the low class and middle class. You have to understand that most of the people that are around you all the time are creating this fear around you as well. So it's part of the make believe of the story. What they can have so much money and power inside your head, but you're all doing the same to each other because you all come from the same source. That source is dirt. It's dirt. It's sinful, and your parents had to do it to bring you. So that's what you are, the product of a fuck. So we are, I am as well, everyone is. Not everybody has come with anything that does not belong to this earth. Now, where is the highest source that we could ever think that we remember why we are here? 'Cause I could be dead right now, and as much as I enjoy being right now and here alone every day and night. Every effort and work I do to invest in this eighth art that is a reality, and I will carry this secret maybe to my son or to the grave for another generation. Who knows? Maybe for my next life, because in this one I didn't get the right reality, because it does not depend on me. It depends of how this story has been created with everyone, and that's the point. So they're going to invest in more wars, in making more preparations to win when we could be all there already. Now, the highest class is losing level, no matter that we all come from our parents' genitals, we also come from a divine source. And not everyone is being selected to have these places. These places do exist, and sometimes favorable, unfavorable, with all those who are putting their faces out there in the public domain and are there day after day. Even Amber Heard. Amber Heard has given herself in the future, her story might be known better because she has become quiet and she might have time to elaborate the deeper mechanism that exists within herself and reason of her original beauty. So her story was of a girl who suffered seeing her mother, but at the same time, that it made her feel like she was better than her mother, but she had a voice for her mother. And gaslighted, but for herself as well, and to women. Fortunately, it's not the way that you do things, because if daddy always put you there to get away with it, that you're better, to do everything you, yeah, because of the love affair of the little girl. And there is no person that will say no if you think to be better. You just feel better. There's nothing wrong with that. It helps you to move along and carry along. But she has the sensibility for herself as a woman and her mother. She identified deeply with the pain as well, and she didn't want to neglect that rescue. She needed to rescue that inner child. It's a long story for many people that work in the arts and need to express themselves all the time, constantly, because of that abuse. And there was nobody there to help them, not even mommy, because mommy was also being hurt and she had to. So, um, man want to give a lot of power and a lot of love as well. And because this society is so castrated, these things happen. But the human potential actually is very beautiful, naturally, and sexual. And is related to rage and hate and everything that is the lower emotions with sex and animalistic. They all belong to the same range of relational attractions. So we can codify this neural system, we can modify ourselves to and even smell and create these emotions, energies, and interplays. And in therapy, we do role play a lot as well to recover these memories. These memories are never going to go. We just understand them. And that is the beauty of playfulness. that you can find in role play through virtual reality. So after 18 years, I have discovered this formula and pattern. Role play so much that it's not really what I need to. Not really what I need to. Anyways, this is so engineer through all these myths and kings and cleaners and ladies and gathering and all those who work within. So this is when I say there's nothing more beautiful than royalty, I mean what means reality, because royalty means reality, the reality of heaven that's pure and noble, and it is what it is. That's it. So there is in Greek mythology, there is no judgment in heaven because it is what it is. Real means real, reality, royal. So you cannot change what it is. That's what it is, unless you change it. But this is what it is. You have to go there and change it. Then that's not the nature of it. Is something else. Then you want things to be in this way, but you to be something, you need to require all these conditions. So, what is the problem to love a man if you're a woman, or to love a woman if you're a man? So, the problem of loving and the problem of interconnection has been abused, and there is goes a lot of these associations and fights to get something that has been abused, corrupted, stolen. So in role play, you do all these things so people can recover the memory and stand up to take awareness instead of unconsciously sabotaging themselves by pity play, which is a master is to play, of course. But you laugh about it. You can do it again and again for 3, 4, 5, 7 decades and keep role playing because people always want to be kings and super gods, whatever, to create the super ego. Um, we need this time of gathering to cut the cake peacefully so we can invest faster. My investment is to give this formula. So that's all. It's very simple. Um, I was happy to be part of this. Not interested in being entertainment here to create content or inspiration or people to copy my coin wars like the tissue of reality and so much that I have bring as examples so I get paid. Yeah. When I was in Malibu in a mountain, my boyfriend on top of was in the mansion, I was like, I don't want to be here like this. I want to make it with my friends. I want to make it with my friends, with my work, playing with my work. I still didn't know, but more or less, I had some puzzles um, that I knew. Um, like some little. Um, it is true, you cannot satisfy everyone. There will be people that will group And sometimes you have to give the reality of what people need, but it does not mean that you are really living that reality, because the marketplace can change and shift and get out of balance for so many reasons. But at the moment of confronting the world as it is, you once again see how much you need everyone and how much you need to let go of your ego, because people are investing more in their followers to have followers and fighting each other, and that's slowing down the process, because you cannot be alive to see it fulfilled by your own in your delusional addiction. Yeah, the little people that surround you will make you feel like you own the universe, but what it takes, and that we can really all dance and let go of this paranoias, mistrusts, insults, thievery, manipulating the story. The thing is that for storytelling, you need certain things that you don't have. So no matter what you do, if you get the world, you can't do it. So you need the middle class. But the entrepreneurs, these people are with Elon Musk. Entrepreneurs, not the middle class that is monkey see, monkey do. And to protect themselves, they bully from one side in one way and in the other in another way, because they might not be so. I'm very sorry to see how the media insults every president. It's very sad people have mistakes, because we see what's been left from the past, and that's what everybody has to do. Yeah, because that's what's been respected, and that's the way it is, and that's the way it has been all the time, and then that's the way you feel you belong, and then you're coming back to the same mistake, talking around in monologues, feeling a void that is hard to please because desire never gets fulfilled, and that you learn in meditation and with Osho. With Osho in India, you have to do very hard meditations, yeah. And if you take drugs, then you are blocking the nature of your natural chemistry to evolve. I have taken some codeine pills a week ago because of trying to not listen to what I was hearing at work. A new job where even if there was evidence that so I am not to defending myself, because I've went through so much, and still everywhere I look is the same pattern. It doesn't matter, it's the same pattern constantly. It's happening, and it's like there it is. So I cannot change people. I cannot force them. So in the tarot, once again, change comes through force, which is the tower, It comes unwillingly. There are many cards. There are many types of change. You have change that is made by yourself consciously. mm, With your very hands, you have taken that action from your mind. It has to pass through your hands. Your hand is when you the therapy is in India where we have to study the body and massage and organs and with the system, not like a doctor. But I have picked some sickness because they are to study, but um, s- it's very interesting to see the body on a molecular level as well. Um, that's supported by the government. These are doctors who had balls, not like Jordan Peterson, who's crying for his prostitute academic doctorate that he needs to mention every time that he is a psychologist and blah 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 to reassure himself and talk about his wife all the time to assure himself he's important. But people pay attention to these things, of course. I'm talking about another kind of doctors who transcend. Um, they might have 3 degrees, more degrees. They don't want to work for the government or any academy anymore. Grew up with one of them as well. And it was difficult because even after the Osho died, I could see the because it's so ingrained the school of medicine. They still love to judge. They still love to analyze. To so it was very interesting. This is another doctor, the best friend of my mother. Then I don't want to tell her name. But, um, she's a she's she's still alive, and she's a walking encyclopedia. But still, she was so that that when Osha died, was such a transparency. I was only 17, but she really hated me because I would just look at her and smile. Um, because she would talk and talk and on and on, and I would be learning from her so much. But at the same time, I would be like, why you care so much that you think you know so much as well? Because you are missing the juice of life with all this. Um, Even if I see all these things, I am not so into it because it's like, can you see that Osho died? And and I'm like, Osho said that if we dance death, we could dance everything. We could transform anything. So I said I was the only one who was dancing, and all the adults were crying and shouting. And I said, I don't know why. I was in the burning guts where they burned his body in front of the river, sitting in silence, because that's what he thought of. He talked always about silence and death, to let go. So once again, when I opened my eyes, everyone was left. And there were only after 1 hour or two. And I was sitting there. I said, just sit there because there was so much burning in my heart that because Osho trained us for that, to be sitting for many hours. And she said it herself because they would come. I would go every other day, not every day, but one day, yes, the other day, no. And sometimes I would go every day because she would say it herself, "It looks like he's gonna die, and he's preparing us to be sitting here 3 hours," 'cause he was just in silence, making us sit for longer, um, to let go, to look at ourselves as well. He put the cameras on ourselves, not on him. So it was that preparation where I was just still in silence, because if you move your body, the energy goes, it dissipates. The it the ecstasy builds, but at the same time, I never felt so much power as when he died. But power that was burning, at the end, it was unbearable. He was it was like, uh, burning. It was can't explain it right now, because I was like, oh my god, I have so many problems that I have to see because of all this burning as well. And I really wanted to go with him, because and he was, no, I need you here. So, and that was it. I was not interested in anything more but to be there present, because that's what he taught me. And I really thanks my mother to have taken me to India, because she also had balls. I will I would never have the balls to go there, not even today, to follow other people or anyone, not even for enlightenment. So I'm so glad that my mother did had authority over my love, because she had greater love to care for us. So we love her decision making, and her decisions was ours, being children, teenagers. So that burning love was so much love at the same time. But we are not used to so much love. And people go crazy. People twist, and it's normal. So the vocabulary in this phrase too are the transgressions are normal, and it is a strong belief that gives you power. There are many forms of power, of consuming power and using energy power with one another and with everyone and continuously. So many ways. So as we are transitioning to feel the soul, the psychic, and the material as well, with the time and space that we are in here, we are starting to manifest instantaneously. And is a multiplicity in all of it. So multiplicity was the first word for the week, coming to the second word of the week is beauty. So this week is ending and is starting the next week. So things change. Things change. Names have synonymous. it has the wider perception that comes from perceiving. You are empty inside. So if you're holding to something, you can't you cannot project that which is in the outside that is needed from the outside as well. So you will continue with the same monologue because of the fear of holding on to the past. But the actual needs of the people who need you from the left, from the right, from the upper and the lower are greater than what one thinks. Um, as we move to next week, which is partnership, I have placed husband because um, I am a woman. So it was the season for in the Christian world. Um, is related with bonding for in the old times were the Greek celebrations for Dionysius, the god of celebration, and where all the goodness come together. Is one of the most selfish gods of all because Dionysius would never give you anything. But if you are around him, you can get abundance through all the people that want to be next to him. So for certain characters, it works very well like that. Um, when you have to go through life to transform into this characteristic as well. So it's also the god of orgies, orgiacal thinking, uh, bloody orgy. So well, it depends if you're coming to the store. A work that is from the beyond to this reality. What we talk for. So you can ask people, oh, what is what? Because we need to create this relation through time and get used to this symphony of what it is to communicate with one another. Freedom of expression is an art form and a form of living where not only the priest is to be listened, or the teacher, or the boss. So we are moving to another scenario. Yeah, we're not going to destroy the priest or the king or the authority figures. In the contrary, we are going to honor that more and within. So my fear is that the middle class is destroying the high class um, more and more. So I do have my own trauma that I would say is also from fantasy stories. Um, because in the world of role play, I think all most of the people don't have respect towards authority or certain characters that uh, come from another. Uh, I sincerely have grown up and lived all my life through a lot of abundance, celebration, and beauty, and constant celebrating one another. Um, in these last 10 years, I have seen my world breaking down um, my family as well, and strive, strive because that's what I always wanted to just go out there and wonder uh, what's out there, like just that, just like um, just like a little kid that's there, can just do whatever it is, and just see what's out there. Not because I am being paid to do this, or because I have to get this to sell that, just to explore. So, but explore, but wonder and say, what is this? Like, wow, what is that? What is that? Good, bad, doesn't matter. So I think you have to be put there by force, because if you are rich, joyful, and celebrated, you will never go to such places, of course. So there happens accidents, there happens natural forces for you to be there. Otherwise, hell no, you would do that. And you could do that without, because you have a disposition for that, because you have something that told you, okay, I will do it. Because nobody's so stupid as you as to do that. And that very thing that's so stupid is at the same time your talent. So it's like, oh, well, it's no one that could do that. No one can do that. So like, it's like, okay, I'll put myself, but what is the point of me doing it if other people cannot do it? That's what I mean. It's never gonna happen. Yes. So yes, it requires a level of empathy where it's not convenient to see that if I hurt you, I'm hurting myself. 'Cause you need to see through time, space on another level to see a story that is never ending. Sooner or later, that pain comes back. And this is the eternal fight between Jews and Arabs, because the Arabs were already fighting before being Arabs. Then became Mohammed. Even Jesus didn't exist. Jesus was also against the Jews. Jesus and all the martyrs rebel against the Jews, the marketers, and the Roman Empire, to let them do their own, but not in the house of God. Yeah. So wherever they would just take a rock and say, God is here. But still, that sense of profound spirituality regarding a freedom that cannot be corrupted, because we need to start talking to each other in that level and relating to each other already in that level. There's no need to create so much misery while hiding behind uh, productions that are eating ourselves. Because sooner or later, this is when you see the sickness, like we don't all get sick in the same way. Well, I don't know why it's asking me to download this application. Yeah, the thing is that we transcend this reality, it's like a romance that never ends. Um, I have I have been there. I have been there. I can tell you how it works, and I have maintained it. But the thing is that I have found the formula of how to propose this, and I have witnessed that can prove it as well. Well, they're alive, but there is very little time for me to enjoy my life because I am consuming myself. I should be dead right now. This it takes a lot of energy for me just to wake up, just to stand up, to connect the cables there, the neurons. Say this for this reason, get up. I fight to go to work and have to see these people and see what they do and how they think um, and I tell them with my presence, look at me, look at you. Again, just that, just look, see the difference. Who are we? What are we doing? Something like this without answers. So then it's like a dance because I could care less about their judgments. And this is the mediocrity that the kingdom has, thanks to the middle class. But that is not a state of heaven or the noble reality that is supposed to be the kingdom of heaven. That's noble, truthful, and pure. I have seen also my school of the prince, where I went to the school of the Prince of Spain, who is now king, is being cut to pieces because a middle class sold it, sold the land. A school that looked like a university with so many trees and places to do sports. We never had bullies. We never had problems. We were always joking. It was a different kind of, it was just laughing and supporting each other at the same time because we didn't have so much happiness really. I don't understand. I don't understand why would people bully others also. These are problems that are happening. This is another story that look, this is another story that is like wow, this is horrendous. So the Princess Catherine wants to take George to her school. It's like when I am here, I see all the girls looking at the boys of Eton in the McDonald's, and they are all like want to go with them. So there's a lot of things that I see from Kate that I try to not say because she's putting herself every day there in the cameras. But she's continuously fighting. And this is meeting between realities, of course, where people can dream to be higher, but don't bring it lower. Yeah, because you are not targeted. Your family targeted you to get William. The girls go there to meet with the boys. So I think she projecting whom she is because she's online all day long, bullying Megan and saying horrible things. And she wants to get away and she's fighting against whom she is. She wants to prove. She's fighting to be a queen. She has like a mental illness and is not seen. Like this woman who go and kill themselves and they're happy and they go in the ocean. The problem is that Catherine is supported by all the kingdom and the great gaslight. So you're not bringing any happiness to that which is condescending in a good, healthy way for what brought you there. What brought you there is not you. So honor the highest that brought you up there because there is an original beauty that brought you there. So that somebody else cannot do that role, it won't matter of whom you are, of whom you are. But if you cannot fit that role, at least let your son be whom he is and have the best of the best because you cannot change one thing for the other. This is what is this, and that is what is that. You can have your son in a multiverse, but in the face of his reality, you can't be fighting with his blue blood to change him because you want to change who you are, because you want to be a queen. Just let him be whom he is. But there is in every family we have differences. There is no equal family. There is no family that has the same degree of money or the same degree of power. This is said by 𝙤𝙤𝙪𝙬𝙪, who was a Catholic priest from Germany and created human constellation. So it is beautiful to have narrative that people are talking. It is very hard to see the one can transcend people's judgment and just enjoy yourself. So I have been very strict with Catherine because I wanted to like take her skin out like a snake. So maybe she slowly, because the ego is something that is part also of being a royal. So I think the moment you die, you will know what that means. I know, I know, because I can tell by well from past life. But I wanted to know my freedom because of so much repression that I had. In that moment, I wanted to be the best of me. And we need that as well. So just respect what took you there. Yeah. Um, I say thank you for all the stories that every member of the royal family is being part of to represent something for parts of the world. Yeah, not all. For example, I cannot change the world because okay, now the black people are happy because Meghan married Harry, and now Meghan got out, and now they are angry. It's like, why should that affect my life? Like, I c I have other stories going right now in my mind. I enjoy them in my private because I know nobody can hack my mind. I have to protect this method so it can be given away. And of course, I would love to have fun. Of course, I would love to have friends. And of course, I am living in this moment of my life because I gave myself to this gap of reality, a big gap where I'm very grateful at the same time because I have my little things here. And I wanted to say, because I've been elaborating this story, as spontaneous as it might seem, it's been elaborated with a lot of moderation. Is where is it going? Not as a healer, because I have nothing to change, but as a person that is mirroring. Yeah. And I am honoring the beauty as well that can be very misguided, not just for the future king, but the next future king as well. In the same way, the royal family of Russia was murdered because of envy and jealousy from a woman who married a king in England, and it was not as pretty as the one who went to marry the ones in Russia, just because of that. Just because of that. So those little fine decisions had nothing to do with what the kingdom is made for, in order to maintain and listen to the people. So once again, to listen to the people, what are their needs? It is not easy because we have so many tools right now, so many contradictions right now. How to please everyone right now. So there is a method as well. Um, to see it in our neighborhoods growing, it needs a spiritual source to be felt in the air. In India, the trees will grow taller and faster because the energy was fantastic. And they can tell you that the biologists who study the trees and nature, they could prove it. The trees grow greater because the environment was of meditation, of a Buddha field, and the energy field. So you cannot create certain things in certain fields of energy. And I just got a job in front of the castle of Windsor. I was buying a picnic mat to go with my daughter for picnic. It was raining when she came. I brought two. Didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. There's so much obstruction with so many problems. It's like, wow, my God. And I have to listen and see that. So Okay, so I am working and I'm seeing all the patterns in the store. I had to put the king up because they sell things from the royalty and patterns from Scotland, scarves, all the tarts, the designs of the so whatever. So they had the king down. Says, please can we put it up? It's only a suggestion. It's just for me. It's kind of it's out of order, and he's the new king and been mourning the queen. So uh, they were uh, they started to sell more of King Charles. I have not noticing things. Man love to buy the cookies of Charles, of the King Charles, the man. They buy many, and I'm very happy when they buy them. And I can understand that people love to buy the cookies of the Queen and Diana's tea. So they changed the part of Charles that was in the entrance, and they put it next to the Queen, and they put all these gloves, hats for winter, all these beautiful, beautiful for the ears. And that's what it was selling more than the cookies or the tea of Diana of the Queen, because people were cold. Yeah, so they get what they need. And then I thought, well, that's very interesting. It's a huge store of 4 floors, only taking 2 floors for the public. Had the display. So it was very interesting because first the people that their needs are very cool and they buy them and they get together and talk about it and then they get the cookies or the tea. So first them and then celebrate because they are and they are jolly and happy. So it brings more sense to my own thinking and storytelling while I sometimes clean the dust because they are constructing in the entrance and making the street new, the workers, and it's so beautiful to see it that I'm like, gosh, when I'm in the bicycle, when I go through the Eton College, that's the most beautiful. I don't care if the Prince George goes there or not, because at least Prince William went there. But it's so beautiful that it's like it's because the landscape. There are no buildings there. Before Windsor, there is Eton. I say I do everything for this moment in the bicycle. That's beyond photography or cinema. So we used to go for photography outdoors and to catch the light and places. And when you study cinema to be a scriptwriter, you have to study everything and do everything. But still, you always say you do all this just to live this moment because you cannot even capture this. But we do this for this, not for the result, because the result will never be as this reality. This is a product of the reality, but it's not the reality. So, and we cannot tell this to people because there's something of ours that we do because people are cannot come here. So it's a spiritual journey as well to go take a photography, to do a production, to do something. It's part of the making more than the, of course, the production as well for those who are good at marketing. All this good, fantastic, and it is not transcendental because it seems that we're in another reality. We're in our mind constantly, in things, in the people, and the internet. So this is a reality that's right here in this highest beauties of all, the light, the the fog. I don't know what it is. It's not fog. It's because it's also in the afternoon and the blending colors and the nature. And also because I'm going on my bicycle, so the oxygen makes me more receptive, perceptive through all the senses to see. It opens the filters of my skin as well. Right? So now it's frustrating, of course. Sometimes the cars are gentle and they wait behind. So sometimes I stop and I just let them pass. Sometimes I go in the sidewalk. So are they are so respectful. They don't want to be invasive and pass me through because I guess they feel it's rude. Because some are, but not so bad, really, no. But of course, it'd be nice that everyone goes in a bicycle. What is the need of, I mean, getting so out of the body, only in the mind? So, well, okay. Uh, uh, I deal with all this at the same time and just watching. Um, so many little things. So many little things. The lights, I have to put the lights, they steal the lights, I forgot the lights. This charger is cheap. I have to buy a new one for the lights that have better battery. Why I charge it is not charged. I've charged it so many times. So again, um, and a person shouts, "Oh, you don't have the lights!" But I have a yellow backpack, right? So, and I dream about it. It's just all this um, that they are like shadows that need me to put a light on because they cannot see me because they are not in my world. They're in a car. They don't belong to the world of color. So they were like the silhouette of shadows, and they were tense, and they want me to put a light. So it's like I have to put a light so they are not tense, but I knew that they will never become colorful, right? So they saw my light, they saw me in a bicycle, they have lights to see me. So why do they have to invade my space and my mind? So sometimes I go to work and I am late. I will see more and more bicycles now. People will get used to being a little and more respectful. This happens normally sometimes. Depends how you do it, because I'm not putting my mind to change people. I used to be acting all the time and being more playful. Acting in the sense of action, of being active with people and not reactive, but kind of like okay, yeah, come on, yeah. So I'm not so good at sports as I used to be, or dancing, because it's like it has been it has been maybe for many people. You change your energy levels. Um, Celebration has been always part of sports, and somehow to team sport, to trust, to be together, to have the transparency and purity. And the conspiracies keep on with the mind as well. The paranoias, the fears of betrayal, the people's talks to defend, to be together, the same old stories. I'm coming from another space that at the same time you can't stop being involved, even though at the same time the school of meditation tells you to watch and not be attached to people's ego because then you're bringing also your ego. And at the same time, you are seeing where is it coming from, and it's not good because it can influence and destroy the meaning of the highest. You can see it was so painful to see Boris Johnson being treated that way. Like all the Tories, and they're difficult times. They're difficult, very, very difficult times. Because what are you going to do if the poor people and the middle class, even if they are the richest in the world, they still don't have the understanding? Yeah. So they will keep projecting something they want to be because they are not. They that has to be rich within that beauty. Then you don't need to fear. Don't need to fear. Stop fighting online every day in the back, please. And then say other things that have nothing to do. I've never seen such a liar manipulator that is okay for the gaslight kingdom of making believe that nothing matters. It's what people believe. Just make it believe for the people. But you're going to lose the essence of the reality of where it came from. It's gonna kill the magic because it's not about pleasing others to please yourself so they believe who you are because you want to be for them. This has nothing to do with the reality of just being and the things that matter, which are highest and beautiful. They are. So that was a message I wanted to say. How dare you say that they were targeting and you were being bullied or harassed when you're doing that online every day to Harry, who welcomed you into the royal family and loved you with William and welcomed you. But you couldn't do that for Meghan. Underneath it all, because there are better stories and better soap operas than that. That is not the way to win the world. Just let go of that and do something else. I'm not saying to stop being yourself. In the contrary, just be yourself. You don't need to sell anything. Royalty is not about being better than others. It's about being pure, real, even if it's killing you. A king or queen can kill you. It's a pure murder. But these are stories that are coming from traumatic, strong stories that royalties have, because they are not fighting for a few pigs. They're fighting for a seat of power. And that tension can transform if you also drop that fight. Because it's like when you come in a family, you are also being part of that ghost. Yeah. but maybe that ghosts have the same affinity than you, want to be a queen and still desperate to prove that it's not about the blood. So why is the need to prove then? Just be. So celebrate everything that's been given to you, because without that, you wouldn't be who you are. That is the meaning. I had to go and discover, hell no, I wanted to be there in a jail pretending to be something for the good of everyone because I've been thought to be a good person. Of course, I will be a good person anywhere I go, but that's given. It does not depend on me. There is a higher source, the higher power there are. There are definitions to many entities that are correlated through these manifestation, and everyone has a talent and an instrument in this orchestra, and it's good to see the show, and it's good to contemplate it, and it's good to feel it in your own skin as it is you as well, and to say you are good, you're not being under attack, but stop attacking then, yeah, because that's a projection. You were sent there to target William. Nobody was targeting you. You are bullying every day. So don't send the future king saying these lies, because it's all contradiction of realities. You were there because you love William very much, and when no one was there, you were the only one who was there, who came to see him, no matter what he did. And you were the mediator who constantly talked for him, for his freedom. And you were humble and beautiful and young. And all you wish was to be beautiful, to enhance the kingdom. So I was open in love. So many people are, and they like to cheer that as well. This beauty is the beauty that we all like to say yes. Now, every person has their own life that one is being born and one has chosen for. And in this effort that one makes consciously and unconsciously, because even if we pick to do that, sometimes we don't want to. Yeah. So William is teaching many things as well. And we are all part of the same tragedies and glories. But what's the point after all? That people can talk about black and white, that people can let go of that and just don't care anymore. That people can see we need more generations to get along. The middle, the higher, the poorer, but respect the highest as well, in the same sense. I'm Everyone can feel safe. We can get used to better news. 'cause in my store where I work, there are also gossips, and they change the stories. They change the truth. They interfere with lies. This is a pattern in the store. I'm only watching it. Yeah. So one thing is to be an artist, and another thing, because if you are an artist, you're in your creativeness. Yeah. So one thing is to be loved because you're loyal and you've been always there, and that's why you are there. And it's very good. That's never gonna go away if you are loyal also to your creation. Yeah. So by loving without the need of attacking, bullying, harassing constantly, and promoting this with all the money of the kingdom is an energy vibe there. So that was not the meaning of what Charles and Diana did, or why I gave myself to this. And many people, that was freedom and love in the generation. Whether you're together or not, it has nothing to do with that. Nobody, anyone could be king or queen. That's not the point. It's the state. So wars have happened on, and we're trying to stop them. And define. We have our brothers and sisters, Spanish, black, the whites are with the whites, the Irish with the Irish, the high class with the high class, but still, no delimitations. Yes, no, they are allies, they're friends, they're family members. Harry married Meghan. Meghan has her place, and her children as well. Yes, so deep inside is a tyranny, but it's not the tyranny I would play in a fantasy world, because that's where I put all my anger and I have fun. Because I'm not hurting anyone, it's fiction. People that want to bring fantasies into reality could be a problem. That's why I ask for government, for people in power, because we need doctors to prevent, and we need all of us, if possible, to see how it works. All right. So this is this is getting to understand your consciousness, because I can manipulate as well. But by being present for you to take your own consciousness is much more precise for you to take over your unconsciousness, because this can only happen from yourself by itself, because I cannot be there all the time. Mm? And like this with others, and that's form and source. Now it has a technical method that's scientifically proven, and why and how. So to share it, it will need, of course, a partnership and bonds and friends that last forever, that are truthful and have pillars as foundations that are deep, from understanding the underworlds and the darkest without flaking. So yes, it's good that people can talk about it, but there are greater things to talk about now, okay? Um, I know what I want for my kids, but that's because it was taken from me, the school of the Princess Spain, which after I was 13, I was horrified. I was I've been a little, I've been always okay because I knew how to just in the Christian soul, of the core of myself, my psychology, that's Catholic, just to just you know, yeah, humble yourself, because yeah, you're that's good. That's the mediocrity that you have to deal with by being mediocre yourself as well for being there. And people will continue to say you're this and you're that and you're that. But this is what I'm bringing to the table. This is the game that I have for you, and I'm showing you the game board. Because the true mental illness can spray by people becoming closer and closer and closer, that there is not going to be anyone anymore for future generations to know what is to feel, what is to be sharing with human to human. We're only going to be in an illusory at work with lies to make him believe with this, to make him believe, but without touch or that which is profound and can be transformed. Because we need more people can transform, that just can be there, so people can transform themselves, so it can roll by itself and multiply. And there is a pattern that we need to adjust here. So stories being told, when they yes, when they no, it's like, okay, they want to put these people in the press. They've been decades married. Vicky, whatever, the football player and the one of the girls from the Spice Girls. So they've been always with the same problem for decades, and so we hopefully in the future stop cutting trees for this, and people can look at it online if they want to click on it, right? But would I click on it really if I'm doing something for my life that makes me feel great and I'm seeing the product out of it and I am living my own movie, my own creation, my own products are fruits from my creation. So, and the others around me as well, because I am wealthy to not bring problems or interfere mentally and spiritually as a body and a family or so we've been gone through a lot. It's frustrating. Mistakes happen. It's okay to correct mistakes, and if they happen again, we can do it in other ways. But don't destroy the creator. You can copy me 1,000 times, be afraid of me 1,000,000 times. You could be proud that you could do it for 8 billion people and 30% while we are alive by itself. But there is a method. I don't know how to talk for next year. I know I'm going to be writing on paper. That's what I've been preparing for, mentally, spiritually, and realistically to write on paper. That's what I brought. Um, I want to say thanks to the year 2023. So I have these last days to write on my agenda. Hanabishi agenda, that's a bamboo stick put there. It's very cute because I got these ones together. Um, Really love it. I really love it because it's like Papa Bear, but I don't know who is going to be my partner or Papa Bear because one can only relate with reality. I see Elon Musk and I see like many women, they need to have a real man and then just, it doesn't matter, where I'm gonna go now. So just trade by what you're trading. So the problem with the next year, I got this beautiful agenda that's also from Honobishi. It has this particular where you put the pen here. I just like to put a stick of bamboo. Well, it's funny because I when I opened it, it said because the tweet normally come from France. Oh gosh, that is made from 𝙬𝙤𝙪𝙧𝙤, London. But the 𝙬𝙬𝙪𝙧𝙬 was founded in 1947, based in London, produces its fabrics in Yorkshire and finish them in Scotland. Once used by Parisian haute couture brand. So well, it goes on and on. And well, I'm very proud because it's a product that I also wish for the people in South America, the Peruvians. They also have patterns. So I would love for I think the royal family did something with this agenda as well. Um, Also the people of agenda. I guess they will do it in a new phone. I really love the one that is I and so I got big in just to not think too much in here and just get lost in patterns and words. But the bag, the material of the bag is so cheap. It has, it's not the texture of this material. To know that the cord also, the material of the cord is so cheap and poor of, it's like something fast, they just pick quickly and to make more money. And look at that beauty. Of course, they've been making agendas for so many years, but look at this softness. And they also put the year, 2023. So that's where the agendas go. Yeah? Look, something white where you can put your shoes on. No, it's not your agenda. Because what happens normally you have this like that. Yeah, but to put this like this, you're not gonna use it. That's trash. Yeah? But look at that. There, that's what you normally put. That's how I will put my agenda. Yeah? Because I could cover it so it doesn't get dusty. And when I open it, I just open it like that, right? But you can see the year 2023. And I can put it in my purse, in the bag. and I go with it, and it's so cute, just like that. Why? Because I don't want people to see it. I have open baskets, open bags, and it's personal, it's private, but it's so cute with the ear. It's very simple. It's and my daughter wanted to do her own agenda for the next year called Bliss, and she brought such an expensive one. I brought her one uh, with the French tweet. It was big, and the to show it is too much. Yeah, look, it fits here. So yeah, there it goes. This is smaller, right? But that's something that I would have to put a patch here with a 4. I could do that. It's okay. Um, but I'm gonna have to write them a letter and say, "Hey, I already wrote them a letter because I told them to Hanabishi in Japan, and I explained them. I love Hanabishi. I brought it for my children who are in Canada, and they didn't pay the taxes on time, and they returned it to Japan. So I have brought it, and then I sent it from London to Canada, and they again returned it. So it's been so painful for me because I really love my children to have this one, the 5-year. Yeah, this is cute. There you go, the 5-year. The 5-year where you can paint, um, put patterns together every year during 5 years. For example, in this date, I have this page is clear, and I write every day of the same day here. Next year will be 2024 in here, on 2024, 2025, and 2026. But if I didn't paint here, I can paint next year. I don't force myself really. I let some pages be open, and I think, well, if my children didn't paint there, we can cover that time together, because that's all I really wish. Um, there are patterns. There are patterns. Like for example, this one open, and the I am alone, but I'm always having I relate with myself and this part of myself. So in this moment, because there are 1,000 million moments, it's just arrogance from both sides, and everyone's sides as well. So um, like for example, here I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 children, but I don't know why it's 4, and there is 2. But I made another painting that's similar a long time ago, but that had no face. It doesn't matter. Next year, paint something. Next other year, this is just 2 years, so it doesn't have to be always the same. It's just watching how you're also just one day, one year one thing, the other year another thing, and it started with this one. I remember with a cross. So you will have always the right, the left, yeah, and the horizontal. the upper and the underworld. I would love to give Catherine some characters, just so she knows. And I don't think she could be my friend because she has her highness to do her own things. So, but I would love many people to have fun instead of watching others. And yes, no others exist and they're doing their things, but for it's good to create impact, of course. I think it's good enough. All right. We still have one more year, I guess, of all these retrogrades and coming back and forth for in the astrology, if there is, and if this planet really influence how we are moving. So for Pluto to be in Aquarius, um, Pluto is such a little. Ooh, they call it a dwarf planet. It just gives me spooks. I want to take this thing out um, because it's more of a Spanish hat um, style from the times of the Mexican or the Wild West, and this one breaks the wall. Just make my brain is horse riding. No, I have so many pages empty, but I have respect those moments. So many. It's funny because they come together these days. Oh, that's the stamp. This is also a stamp. That's the Japanese stamp. Oh, Saint has it now, and Alice. Yeah, because I thought Alice would like the hour and saying this. Well, I don't know what it did, but that's it is funny because you turn the page and you are putting all this in a reasonable, but also some people just do individual drawings and they look like a collage, but it makes no sense. It has no sense of beauty. It is good having the nature around it that is natural to its the pattern of its beauty by that what that of what we know. Um, I wish to be more involved, and it's okay. I have uh, to take care of my needs, and it takes a lot of energy to take care of my needs. So I could be more involved. So I'm very grateful that the government have paid me until I recover it, and I recover the damages from a lawsuit. So I'm very grateful for those 2 years where I got to push this forward because I also thought that even though I lost the court case with McDonald's, I won the other court case. But it's time to do my hair and nourish it. Oh, with argan oil. Just take care. Um, just nourish myself and be aware of other people's reality as I am saying goodbye to this year and thanking the year 2023. Had so much fun meeting in Twitter, um, X Twitter. Um, Also listening to H.C. Tudor. Doc Doc has passed away. Um, this video might be in the future in the air, but it's not really going to anyone. So he was the best interviewer for H.C. Tudor. And I always thought it's gonna be so much fun because if he really knew who he is, but he's educated enough to interview him. He had a degree of class and he knew how to to honor the other. And he was very respectful. And when if you don't talk like that, it's kind of like, God, like, it's just bringing me down again to that mediocrity. And I have already enough of that along the day. I don't want to hear to that when I come online, right? So I love to hear all sorts of people as well. Dog, dog. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Never met him in real life. He had nothing to do with me, but he was the best interviewer. Um, what I said, I already stole by just streaming on and being part of his entity and what he dreamed of. Once again, I think we come from this generation that for sure we are all in, but not everyone is on board. I have learned a lot from him because he has taken away something that I have, and at the same time, he's giving it back to me to take it with more recognition, respect, uh, honor his place and what he did. It's good enough because there are no words that could really, at this moment, describe him for a life that's been giving to joy, to be great, to be outrageous, to be wild. He was wild. He was a wild kid, and we come from that generation as well. So, um, because some people want to be honest and express their bitterness. They want to express their betrayal. They want to express how their parents were. So they are more open to it. It doesn't mean that other people are not because they don't expose it. So we all have this sickness. We all have this, it will go one way or another. So everything that he's been spoken was to not be manipulated, to not be mistaken because he was a child. And it was very interesting when they talk about cults because everything is a cult. It came to the visualization. Everything is patterns of cults, forms of beliefs. Um, the specification of narcissism through it. Well, I love his style. He was a natural. Like you can see him in Hollywood Boulevard type of character, very easy. So many broke artists that go to LA or New York, or they have a dream and they still feel special and feel this is it's a different it's a different there are different types. There are different types of all these people. So he was well educated with the mind and all this um I don't want to talk too much about it because it's something that is private. It has to be lived to be understood. Um, I don't think he was aware. I don't think he was fully aware in this life of what he was doing. He was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna turn my YouTube and just talk the shit out of this. And just I don't think he was really much into making justice or he didn't really care. He just wanted to be himself, and then he got all these other stories. Because it could have been parents that are Jews or Christian or the royal family too as well. So that is the whole part of his rebellion at the same time, to the playing with the media in his way, but he loves his art more than his ambition. He loves himself doing his art. That's something he craves, and he is more ambitious than some people think, and dark, but dark. Comes a time where you cannot misunderstand the playfulness of childlike that's been so judged, so judged, so judged and misunderstood, that love with life itself. So that is good for everyone to mirror as oneself instead of being against. Because when I see Elon Musk, I also mirror myself. Many people mirror themselves with Elon Musk because he is out there giving himself all the time. He sells marketing more than anyone. Is incredible. That's what he studied for, marketing. Uh, uh, Elon marketer instead of Musk cutter. But is is kind of like I with all this process I have lost my humor because I don't feel very I have a lot of apathy and distance towards just keeping this word of the week. And I'm I'm being guided by a muse, something that I used to do for fun. I wanted people to have fun as well, and then it had turned so ugly. So I love to play characters, so I bring in private some characters. And I knew they were gonna be analytic and judgmental to play themselves superior because they are that and that doesn't matter. That's part of pushing bottom, provoking. That's what I used to do as assistant undercover assistant of therapy. Oh, the dark work, the undercover therapist. So I have put something in my hair, so it's nourishing. This is still growing. I love to put myself very ugly more than I am. 'Cause every woman was taking care. As a woman is like, don't look at me or think that I am that for you because you are all men. Don't compare with me because you are a woman. I am your sister. I have wrote that before. Maybe you didn't read it, and it's okay because you are doing the best of you, and that's beautiful. And everyone can reflect with the greatest to be their greatest. That's the point. That's why you're giving that to suck all that, be the greatest. So everyone too, not to step on others. There's no need to. On that position, there's no need to. That's not regal. So it's something that the story is going to continue like this because it's the energy and it's very jolly at the same time, very ladylike. I don't see much masculinity yet, like taking power. And it's a store of gentlemen as well upstairs. So I'm always honoring the woman that honor their husband to buy their. And every time I see that in a relationship, it's so beautiful. But there are only a few couples that where they take care about each other. Um, I live for those moments. I've been alone for 2 years, just talking in this screen. I don't know if I'm gonna last in the job really. Um, uh, I'm not suitable to work, I guess. I could just go for a crazy check. That would be easier. We love to help people to become crazy in character and breakthrough. Um, and I would love to donate my time for my children and their generation. Um, I could have anyone I want, really. It's just that I've been a spoiled person, and nobody. It's just after you have loved so much, or have you just don't really respect that and so much. Like, um, um, so it is beautiful to trust, but at the same time make understood because I am ahead of the game because I have been playing it for real with other people. So I have been pushing it to certain degrees, and I can we can explain, we can agree that this is where the tissue breaks and it slows the process. It doesn't have a crescendo to, and you can keep it up, all of you. Really, you can keep it up. You can keep it up. So there is a playfulness that goes beyond judgment. So once again, Zeus is to be found beyond Olympus. But the saying says you won't find Zeus in Olympus. You will find him beyond the hill of madness. So once again, people don't think Olympus is the hill of madness. Yeah. So still Olympus is the heavenly earth, but it's after goes the seven heavens, which are different states of mind. Imaginary constructs that could be or not, depending on what story you're going through. So it doesn't mean that you are the story of the character as well. It's good to also see yourself as a creator and a person that is involved, and a person that is also watching as an admirer, as admirer. But also consider that some people need to eat, Some children need their parents because some parents are working and they need to be paid, and there is a balance there. So we are walking in a um, charted territory, and this is my path where I've returned and told you, look, nobody has hired me. I joke about things myself because I put myself through the, oh, God put me, life itself put me, and I'm telling you, this is what it is. This is the head. Um, enjoy the beauties and wonders of life. Takes a lot of time and money to make oneself beautiful and feel beautiful. Love and appreciation is always one to reign, and it's good that we can recycle and learn to recycle our emotions and characteristics. So please stop stealing my ideas and putting them, even in Marvel comics, are going underneath. I can see I can see that it's not funny anymore, right? It's not funny. So bye. I really love myself like this. But I used to change my characters so many times when I was in my 20s in New York, when I was in India, when I changed brutally from being very wealthy to being in India, from being very classy to being like so I started to also see different changes and then playing with my dressing and not here, not after my children were taken as well, or when I was a mother. So it's I'm not here to say that I am perfect because perfection exists within one's discoveries. And for some people can be in uncertainty, and with some people they need that is safe because they don't know beyond. Yeah, if you knew, you would be used to uncertainties. Now the anxiety and the drive that hooks you, that's is different, is the of the conqueror and warrior that is hooked as well. But that's another neurological path that is also related with, I have that too, but I try to moderate it because now, right now, I'm going through, and I have to readjust. I have to, I cannot be eating myself. So I have to adjust and think, hey, uh, just, you know, get to pay your bills, don't consume everything, get to save for this and that. Um, don't trust too much, don't force too much, don't build castles of sand, don't buy into the illusions of others because the I experience myself. People live on illusions. They can have you 18 years. They will do everything just to come back to the illusion. So I have been part of the. I had to create character that was not engaged with anyone, but at the same time give kind of like the illusion, so I could have everyone with me, but at the same time I was not doing anything for them. They had other women creating 1,000 million characters for them, and then when they realized, because this woman would get angry, because they want to manipulate them, because that's why they do all these characters for them. So they all these things, but they have the illusion that I had all the power over because that's what I was promoting. Because if if I would have role play that I am theirs in their male condition, because this is the male conditioning of the past, because I come from the future, different. I'm not sleeping with anyone. I am making these erotic stories, but they have circumference around it. When I was separated from my husband, I had only one person, and all the love I gave to him was, I said, no, give it to others, because I will receive it while I see it in the board, in the game board. So it was at that time was 16 years of role play, and there were always it was always the same pattern of hackers, destructions, and copy and whatever. So to minimize the drama, so I know that universal love can exist, but the loyalty towards that, it's still a problem of how human conditioning is right now, because the conditions are not point well. That's a very healthy quality. Doesn't mean that you're in an orgy. Doesn't mean that you're betraying your religion. Yeah. Uh, I don't see the Catholic religion as other people. Yeah. For me, Jesus is not your Jesus. Yeah. Be careful with me. Yeah. My Jesus is the one that went with a whip to throw away all these Jews from the church, the kingdom of God. Yeah. Very careful with me. Those were business for politics to bring the Bible together. Okay? Good stories, very good stories. But I'm here for people to experience their own story, not to be watching other people's story. Yes, you can have all the power in the world if you want with the Bible. But your Bible, your Jesus, is not my Bible, my Jesus. That was a word of freedom, of saying sorry, of transcending. That had nothing to do with the Arabs and the Jews. On me, you keep doing the same mistakes. The covenant of the Jews and that system of belief keep with some Christians. Everyone is together, and this one is wrong. We're all fighting against this one. So you put everyone together to support you against this one, and this mechanism has to be seen as it is. If you're not the first one to do that, I could see it. I could have seen it beyond the times before, and still say, "Hey, but look, oh, no, this is because there's no other one." And that's okay. There's a link with you. It is okay for the other person at the same time to be a catalyst of the same love affair through a gift that's been given to you. So as to when I say to you, like in India, they say namaste is my master to your master. Yeah. So I'm what you are. And this is beautiful for people to learn and have that affair. Um, do we need more surgeries to make believe and be loved? Stretch our legs to be taller? So, well, people can do what they love to do. Praise with the materials that we have as well. Now that we're becoming older and wiser, and we still have many years of youth, like one more century ahead, My God, like, hello, we're just being born for the half of the next century. Uh, knock knock that I can go in the bicycle and they just follow their path and let mine. So yeah, I mean, Eton College be nice that has girls, because I would also think of Alice, my beautiful Alice. Um, I really love how they dress to go. Um, I can understand they can concentrate better to study. Um, it's such a good college that you also wish girls to be part of it. Um, always miss my school. Um, I was not as good as I wish to be, um, because um, my difficulty with the dyslexia and to remember and see that I got it very clearly, but then it was not like that. Um, it helped me to strive and be stronger, to try to put it straight. So we all had some difficulties, and some had stronger difficulties in childhood. So it was uh, it has been a struggle to always try to pass the exam. So much I had studied day and wake up earlier, work more than all of them, and still that frustration. So this is what I've been built with, that frustration for so long, that this is why I could have so much patience to carry with this while having no results, because I had to do more examinations. I had to work more to get it straight. And I will go to the teacher, you gave to my friend more points in the exam, and we answered the same questions because we studied together. So that was another thing, because the teachers also would give me less because I was confrontational. My parents taught me to do that, to know that they were workers who who that if I felt that it was not correct, to be respectful, of course. So that's why they pay the school. Otherwise, you know, could go to a public school and just follow and do what they say because it's paid by somebody else, people's taxes, right? So they have to honor there is people who are paying them, and is the parents who run through a lot of risks, ups and downs, and many wars to have the freedoms that we have. And we lose sometimes. We do lose. And we do give up because we want to do other things as well. And that is to delegate, because you can't be everywhere. And if it multiplies, better, better. That's what we're here for, to let go so it multiplies. Doesn't mean that we're going to lose. It's different quality. You're going to multiply for yourself as well in a healthier environment where we don't need to be afraid of suing each other, because we can fix this or put it on pause to fix it, because there is not a schizophrenic paranoia when somebody wants to be heard, to try to make not a story and impact, but just try to solve a problem like the one with recycling for McDonald's, which I have another pattern there, and it's beautiful. when people can interact to get these targets to solve this and then get to this next steps and feel that you are in a video game, that you are playing together to get these functions of recycling through your government, the recycling machine, and having open, that's the open source that you need for people to learn to express themselves at work as well, workers, and get to have to transfer all these ideas that will need to be discriminated from all of us, which one is better, and pointed for all the world at the same time. So how are we gonna get through this if the main are fighting and cannot understand each other because they're getting prepared to fight? They're just investing to fight because they're investing to steal my ideas, my work. They're preparing what they got from me. Yes, you also got your work. I don't know your work, your engineering computer game that you took from here and there. Oh, yes, and these designers as well. So many people, so many people, and me. So there is no correlation of any word that is near 2 kilometers of words from my finding, my formula, so nobody can even guess how it is or why. No algorithm would ever have the intelligence, the love intelligence to have got there. No person. So it's not just like that. You can hack me, destroy my pages. It's been decades from that, not the first time. But the one has lost judgment over that is because I know what I got. Bye. I wish to be with my children. I wish friendship, togetherness that there is or there is not. Uh, I could do great sales marketing. I, I haven't chose that road. There are other people to do that. I can do as anyone. Anyone can hack. Anyone has 2 legs. Anyone can fulfill you, you know. But to role play crazy, you need to adjust to the rules because you don't know what it is to be in character. And to because you're just self-marketing, so it's different and it's very funny and it's very genius. I could never do that. What you do, that is your talent. But role play is totally different. We have not shared what it is, what it takes. So I am open. It's not that I forgive, but I do transcend because forgiving is too arrogant. That I wish death is that I wish you to transcend. I really wish you to transcend. You might think, oh yeah, to live in a paranormal style and be enlightened. Really wish you, because when you kill so many characters, when you accept the rules, when you see the movements, when you see the creations, when you see where the story is being twisted and it doesn't match. So to accept that, to let go, to move to other verses, to return, to give powers. Because again, the story of stealing or robbing, of cutting, of is part of creation. But the more you play, the more you change your ego, your shape, your the so there is much respect for the realm that is not that crazy because it's beyond it. Yeah. But then in real life, I have not insulted you. I have not hurt you with my real name, my real self. So it is beautiful that is in a spiritual, psychic level. There is an understanding without the need to talk. Uh, you know, uh, nobody will tell me of my children faces when they receive my Christmas gift. Nobody, they will come in the middle to take my money. So that's what they've done. So if that's what they call love, I don't want any love. It is hard because we give our values through love. Well, it's nothing anymore. Then what can you give? Um, I am sorry. That's all that I feel. I am sorry that I cannot give anymore. I am sorry. I don't have good humor to give. Uh, Not here to please anyone's abuse because I'm not letting anyone abuse me because I have not given anything to be abused. I'm only giving carnage. Carnage. Oh, and that's what we need to give sometimes, yeah? You give it a test, you pick on it or not. If you like it, you get more. You come to another dimension. But it should be fun. We are here to celebrate the learnings of expression more and more. Our brains will learn faster with artificial intelligence as well and back. That will be cool. But in the making is the joy as well. Your colors become brighter with your vision, and you can pixel it from far away without the glasses. It works the same when you zoom it in. There's glitter everywhere, and Christmas is coming. So there's happiness in the air. It used to be the celebrations of Dionysius. They changed the when Jesus was born to this season because they were not going to change the season for somebody that was born that did something that everyone got carried away by the heat of the moment, on and on and on and on, by that martyrium, because there was no other way than transcending. So human evolution is very slow. If it has happened 2000 years ago, why are there people doing the same things today? I'm talking about the Bible, like if they own it, or like if they are Jesus, the Messiah. Because you need to reaffirm yourself that you're together. We share this narrative and we can bring them stronger through play to teach people to be forgiving, to be playful, to resurrect. And that's something the Catholic could do better than the Nordic Anglo, how you call it, the Anglo Church, which is very good. That's perfect for them. But yeah, you learn your style, I learn mine. That's why I'm coming to show you the way. So I was listening yesterday to the Venezuelan comedian, how he was apologizing, and he was so, like, open-hearted, so natural. 'Cause he has his mother who tells him, "Though, like, you." He thought he was great because people give him the fire to keep on, and then he gets carried away, he says, and then he think he's really great doing it, and everybody he applauds, and then his mother says, "No, you're being very rude because I didn't think for these people and that," and so then he says, "I am sorry," like, oh, because the rage is very creative as well. Can be very creative, and we are all in the same path. We are more or less, not too far, not too, more or less. Yeah, more or less. More is more, less is less. But this does exist. We have all this energy there to be savior, to be taste. But if we can do it through creativeness, through the right direction, because we need to do this, not this. Yeah. So we can create that passion together. It is good to be mysterious because people will always want to know more. That's part of the hooks of stories as well. In the yellow press, but what is how you get the value so people play with the values. That's everyone's initiation to initiate others as well to the temple called playfulness in the eyes of a child and an old man. So thank you, and thank you, and thank you, and thank you. So, well, it is Sunday, 10 minutes to 8. Wish my children happy festivities. I'm sorry for my first daughter, Debbie, that I could not please her as she wished. And I'm very sorry, but this is what happens sometimes. So, I have her with another family, and one deals with other families as well. So I show her my way, the way of my family, and it's very hard because it's never your way. You have two families, but there is one who has more power, and she's a woman, 30 years old, so that has transcended as well. May God give me time to show her the way. So, because I am also learning how to be a mother. So no one, not even my children, get carried away. But who am I to judge? Because I had the luck to role play and put all that in that motion without having to hurt anyone. So that's what how people do, trying to get those feelings here and there because this and that doesn't matter, but it's in another. Of course, the material has a very dense quality, very heavier. It's so thick. That's the only way we can. right now I cannot talk more. So that's the beauty of life, to discover, to live in an eternal discovery. So bye. Um, and yeah, I'll see what happens next year for me to do besides writing on paper, um, becoming more private for what I see. Bye.